TIFU, my best friend, found my Reddit and saw my post about him. Edit, I decided to let things go and stop dwelling on this. Thanks for all the advice, everyone. You want him to find this post, but I want him to read these comments. Your friend was / is a leech and you should not have to put up with his behavior. Tough situation, but I feel like he and his GF were taking advantage of you. It is painful to lose a friend, but you deserve a better one. He creeped on your Reddit activity and freeloaded for months at your apartment, putting you in financial risk. He needed to move back home, grow up, and above all stop playing house on your dime. Did he pay you back for lost month's rent or just move out? A friend would have tried to make it right, even if he felt bad. A user would move out and try to make you feel bad for it. Classify him appropriately and then move on or out more effort in the relationship. They offered when they were leaving, but I declined because I was still trying to salvage the friendship at the time, and them thinking they owe me money would always make them resent me more. Your friend is a cheesecake and doesn't deserve anything from you. If I were you, I would just let them go and never try to talk to them again. Like, he was clearly the wrong one in this whole story, and he is the one that gets mad about it? Sure. At the time he made me feel like it was my fault they were leaving, and I honestly lost sleep over it. But I see now I didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I went above and beyond, but it wasn't enough. He isn't your best friend. It's a two-way street. While you saw him as your best friend, I'm sorry to break your heart, but he never saw you that way. This is for the better. Expensive lesson, yes, but you know who your true friends are. This was something I always thought may be the case too. TIFU, by subjecting my mother to audio and photos of me and my partner bumping uglies. Literally happened 30 minutes ago. It's been a long day for my partner and I, and after a bit of bribery things started getting hot and heavy on the couch. One thing leads to another, and before you know it we morph into the beast with two backs. Unfortunately, this is where I went from getting lucky to getting published to my mother. My Samsung phone has a feature where 3 quick presses of the lock button will send an SOS message to nominated contacts. This includes a photo from the front and rear camera, a 5-second audio recording, and a GPS tag. As you can probably guess, I have my mom and my partner listed as my emergency contacts. As we were really getting into it, we must have bumped my phone's lock button in rapid succession, probably quite rhythmically, resulting in my first ever butternut tape and my only ever foray into amateur butternut. Not quite the audience I intended, but I guess we all have to start somewhere. At the time the message was sent, I was probably 3/4 of the way to Nirvana, at which point I receive a phone call from mom. Like anyone can attest, I ain't stopping mid-thrust to have a casual convo with my parents. We carried on as we were, until the second and third phone call come through. Thinking there must be some emergency, and with mini-me struggling to remain enthusiastic, we abandon our efforts and I answer the phone. Me: hi mom, what's wrong? Mom: you tell me, I've got a message saying you're in trouble. Me: what? No, I'm fine. Realization starts to dawn. Oh zucchini, did you get multimedia messages from me? Mom: yeah, I got a couple of photos that are blurry and a couple of GPS locations, and some sort of audio. Me: mom, delete them now, don't look at them, don't ask any questions, just delete them, just trust me, please don't look at them. Mom: okay, I just wanted to make sure you're alright. I look to my partner, who by now has grasped what has happened, and we burst out laughing in embarrassment, shock, and horror. We look at the messages that were sent, and luckily the photos are dark and blurry and you can't see much. My luck runs out when we check the audio recording. It is explicit. I'm sat here writing this and hoping that my mom trusted me and deleted the messages. If not, then Christmas is going to be very awkward and I may have to move to another continent. So yeah, I just coconut up in a very literal way. TL Doctor, my first accidental adventure into amateur zucchini did not reach the anticipated target audience. At least now she will never bug you with, so, when are you going to give me grandchildren? $100 says she will exert dominance by transferring the recording into a Build-A-Bear and giving it to you at Christmas, with a wink and a knowing smile. I'm sure your mom will be fine. Someone told me she had zucchini before. It was with me. This is pure coconut gold. Emphasis on the, yeah, you get it. How was the phone close enough to hit the button, but far enough away to take pictures of you? Were you holding it? I think I need a visual. I can't picture how this possibly could have happened. TIFU by yeeting my girlfriend off the bed. Obligatory not today but actually a couple days ago. So the other day my girlfriend came over for a date night. Usual thing, snuggle up with a movie, killer clowns from outer space for anyone interested, some popcorn, the go-to date for a miserably cold winter night. After the movie, we ended up heading upstairs to my room for some quality time together. Things were as good as they usually are, and we were getting pretty heated. Then comes my FU. My bed is a double, and we were going at it with her on top. I could feel her getting a little tired after a while, so decided it would be really smooth to flip her down to be lying on the bed with me on the top. I misjudged the amount of bed available to flip her onto. What was supposed to be a smooth turnover ended up as me essentially throwing my girlfriend off of the bed and into the wardrobe beside. She hit the ground hard, and landed square on her wrist. It was obvious something was very wrong right away as she could hardly move her wrist and any touch to it was incredibly painful. One hospital visit and a very embarrassing explanation later, it was revealed that I had fractured her wrist by flinging her off the bed during sexy times. Doctor, tried to be smooth during banana, threw girlfriend off bed and fractured her wrist. Who knew coconut could be dangerous? Remember kids, wear a condom otherwise somebody could break their wrist. SMH, why don't people use protection these days? You should check out a show called Cheesecake Sent Me to the ER. There goes the hope of any hand jobs. Or he could get a fleshlight attached to the end of her cast. #medical together. You mean you don't go at it with a full body armor suit?